Hello and welcome to this little guide on Javelins and how to play them in-game.
Capture the enemy base or kill all enemy
First
forces.
of all, what you should always consider is support your team. Your units cannot stand alone most of the time. They're much more useful if you help your melee units in your team to fight enemy melee units. It doesn't mean that you should only attack melee units. I think in the following you will see what I'm talking about. First of all, I will move my units over here to support my team. I have some melee units to defend on my side and some archer units that will help me to battle the enemies. And there's the first enemies coming towards us and our greatest threat, cavalry. We should take them out first. And even though it says they are a high threat, they're also easy prey. They go down with javelins very easily, as you can see right now. 2 cavalry squads are completely destroyed within seconds from just javelins and a few archers. So they are no threat anymore. If they go to attack your javelins, one javelin unit can actually deal with them, as javelin units do not go down as quickly versus cavalry. Now, furthermore, there are melee enemy units over here, and we need to help our team right now. And as you can see, there is just so much damage to deal with these javelins. Another melee unit wrecked within seconds. I help my team further by attacking the melee units that stand a little bit ahead of them. You don't want to attack the melee units that your melee units are engaging right now from behind their back, because you will deal a lot of friendly fire damage and you don't want to do that. Now I want to help my team by maneuvering my units to kill the enemy archers. That is also very helpful, since this way you take a lot of damage potential from the enemy's team. 2 salvos have been enough to almost rip this whole squad apart, and more enemy melee units. 1 salvo and half of their squad is gone. Now I have to draw back because the enemy melee unit is about to approach my my javelins, and that would make my melee units completely useless. I finish off these archers just to have a little bit less to care about, and now I attack the melee units that try to flank my squad. And because the auto aim is not that precise this time, I use the concentrate fire just to avoid more friendly fire. Now their melee unit is damaged that much that I don't have to longer care about them. And now, as you can see, of my team, all the units are almost full still, whereas the enemy is completely torn apart. You can also see that on top, where our manpower outnumbers the enemy's manpower so far. The archer unit is finally gone. Now I was thinking to go for the enemy base, but the enemies pushed through the middle, so I have to send my units back to defend our base. I realize that right now, and I see that. So I send some warning pings for my team to see, and now there's a lot of traveling. Also some more cavalry units, but they are no threat anymore at this point. As you can see, there's like 4 horses. One cavalry unit is completely gone already, and the other one will be gone, because really javelin units are not that vulnerable to cavalry units. Don't misjudge enemy javelins when you're attacking with cavalry units, and don't misjudge your javelin units to be vulnerable. If you start running away, you have no chance. If you stand your ground and you keep firing back, they stand no chance. Most of the time, unless there are 3 completely full cavalry units attacking you, and they're already very close and you can't take a volley at them. If you can't take 1 volley at them, it might be that you already deal enough damage for them to not be a very big threat to your units anymore. And yes, when you see cavalry units in your reach, within your unit's range, you should always attack them, unless of course you're the only units around and they're most likely to go for you. Then you should bring your units into cover and consider sacrificing one of your units that then go into melee combat with your unit, with the enemy units, so that your other 2 units can keep on attacking the attackers. Okay, this way you can defend yourself with your own units while having like cannon fodder, 1 unit of cannon fodder. Unfortunately, it is just this way. So now we've come to defend the base. I'm starting with a concentrate fire volley and another unit pretty much torn apart. Now I see enemy javelins firing at me. I have to take them out first, because they would rip me completely apart. As you can already see, what I'm not doing right now is, it's not very smart, but my units stand on one point, very close to each other. So 1 volley on 1 unit deals damage to all of my units. That is why my 3 full squads have almost been torn apart with a few volleys by already damaged units, only 2 of them even. But never mind, with the rest of my units I helped to defend the base. We turned this match around. That was already on our side, but they were about to turn the tides. We could stop them, fortunately, just in time. Now I draw back because melee combat is not my thing, and I have cavalry support. I'm really grateful for you, KSH00800. Very grateful for your help there. And now one of their units is almost torn apart. The other unit will be my goal, my target right now to kill. And this way I also unfortunately lose one of my units, but it's always better to sacrifice one of your units than to lose all of your units, logically, I guess. You have to make these sacrifices at some point. Now, the last few units of the enemy are still in our base. We can get rid of them. There's a leader even leaving the battlefield. Yes, they flee. 2, 1, and 0. GG. We won the game by annihilation. And as always, we see the top players. Why am I not the top player? Because I did not capture the enemy base, but I dealt the most amount of damage, as you will be able to see in a few seconds. First of all, I leveled up my leader. I was very happy about it. Got some nice amount of free experience. And in the scores now you can see I have the most aggression, even though I don't have the most capturing points and so on, and the most total points. But I dealt the most damage in the whole game, almost 3,000 points of aggression, whereas the next one has about 2,500, also in my team with the cavalry unit. Yes, I think this displays very well, this shows very well how you should play the Javelins. You're a support unit that has a high damage potential, and you should maneuver your unit always in cover. You need your enemy, your teammates to kind of cover you. If they don't cover you, you cannot work effectively. Also, I lost some due to friendly fire. That is normal, that is usual. You always lose some of your silver for friendly fire penalties. Very often, almost all the time when you play ranged units. 1,000 this time, there's even a lot, so unfortunate, but I still make a profit. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.